Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's going on? It's your boy KVon. I'm in the building, and today let's talk about our biggest fears and conquering your biggest fears. You know what I'm saying? I'm transparent on this YouTube stuff. I talk about my life, and you know, it'll help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, But my fear was speaking in front of people. You know what I'm saying? I had to master speaking, meaning I was born with a stuttering problem. You know what I'm saying? When I was born, I stuttered as a kid horribly. Well, like if you don't know what stuttering is like something that messes with your speech patterns, and it messes up the normal flows of speech. That's what stuttering is. So I was born with a stuttering problem. It was bad as a kid, to the point where I would go to school and I would be horribly terrified to read in front of kids. You know what I'm saying? That was my fear. Reading, standing up, speaking in public, speaking to strangers, speaking to people who don't know that I stutter. Because your first impression is a very important impression as a kid. So as a kid, I didn't know how to master it like how I do now. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, I know how to master it, but as a kid, I didn't know how to master it. So I had a horrible stuttering problem. I mean, people got different ways. They twitch. Some might hit their foot. You know what I mean? Yeah, but mine's like from the inside, and I couldn't get the word out, and I would be stuck on a word, and it would be repeating, and you know what I'm saying? Kind of a repeat. And kids will laugh at it, people laugh at it. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really talking to people. I was standoffish, as far as talking. Because, I thought something was wrong with me. You know what I mean? I thought something was wrong with me. As far as, being born that way. You know what I'm saying? So, as I got older, like even in high school, it was bad to the point where I dropped out of high school due to it. Due to my stuttering, I dropped out of high school. I remember one day, oh man, I was in the classroom and the teacher asked me to read, stand up and read in front of everybody. Oh man, that day, like I guess my stuttering comes in when I'm nervous, because I was nervous as hell. So I got up to read and I couldn't get the words out. You know what I'm saying? I was stuck on a word. I kept repeating it, but I couldn't move forward to the other word. And people thought I couldn't read, but I could read real well. But it's just that my stuttering prevented me from saying the words that was on the paper to read. And all the girls was looking back at me, just looking back at me like I'm, retarded or something. And from that day, I never went back to school. That was it. I dropped out. You know what I mean? That was what prevented me from going forward as far as, you know what I'm saying? Trying to go back the next day, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm never coming back. I'm like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? My mind was made up, and I dropped out due to that one incident in that classroom where the teacher asked me to read. Man, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just that I was stuttering in front of everybody, but nobody was laughing. The class wasn't laughing. It was just this girl I knew, this pretty girl I knew. She just looked back at me like I was retarded, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's over. Remember, I was still young, so I'm like, my life is over. And I'm like, I'm never coming back here. And I made that decision that day to never go back to school due to my stuttering. But as I got older and I started to smoke weed, I realized weed helps, slows down the part of your brain where speech is impaired. It helps to slow it down, and it helps to get the word out better. I learned that, and I've been smoking weed and I've been talking real good, as you can see. you know, because I got a YouTube, and my cousin was so impressed. He was like, wow, man, you know, I look at your YouTube and you're talking real well, you know? So my fear is talking on this YouTube. Every day I conquer my fear. My fear was just turning on the camera and talking, because I might stutter. And then I'm like, I'm not gonna edit it out. If I do stutter, I don't edit out. I let it go and just keep going on, you know? Because that's every day I'm conquering my fear of just talking in front of people I don't know. Like random people outside, I'll go have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Back then, when I was younger, I would never think of doing that. I would never think of doing that, but I realized the weed helps with my stuttering. So, where I'm not endorsing smoking weed, but I'm just saying it helps my situation. And if you look it up, you know, it helps a lot of people also, you know, but my fear was just communicating, because, man, I mean, I was teased for it. Never bullied, but I was teased. You know, like my friends are laughing and shit, like, because I would take my own jokes, and I could take my own jokes, but I would be like, damn, bro, you know, I just want to talk normal. I just want to talk normal. Every day of my life, I stutter. You know what I'm saying? So I try to say that every day. It's not something that goes away. You know what I'm saying? You could contain it through the years. As you get older, you know how to manage it better. Like, I know how to manage it better. Like, I'm talking good, as opposed to like 20 years ago, where I barely could get some words out, like some family members' names. It would trigger a stuttering episode. You know what I'm saying? Just saying some of their names or saying certain words would trigger a stuttering episode. You know what I'm saying? So I had to master that, and I had to find out what works for me. And I find out smoking weed works for me, and conquering the fear of cutting on my camera and just talking. That helps, as opposed to being scared to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stutterers, they are scared, definitely, to talk to new people. They're scared to embrace new people, because remember I said, first impression is very important. So a first impression of somebody who stutters, you know, to somebody who don't know, you know, they might think they're slow. They might think, what is wrong with him? They might laugh. So, you know what I'm saying? That's very hurtful to a stutterer. Trust me, I know. I've been in these shoes when I was a kid. It was very hurtful. But as you get older, you manage it better. You know what I'm saying? You just manage it better. Again, I'm conquering my fear every day by talking in front of this camera and talking to people outside in the world. That's me conquering my fear every day, and you should conquer your fear every day too. It's your boy Kavion. I'm out the building. Hit that like, subscribe button for your boy. Peace.